6 Tarrable Street, Westlake. We've got the camera in from the IO just on the top of the retaining wall under the deck, right at the rear of the property. So I'm down the jump up and looking back up towards the house line. You can see here it's badly broken on this junction. This isn't the only issues in the house, it's just one that we can get to at the moment. There's a lot of gravel backed up behind here from other breaks further up the line. Just pull back. Camera's going to drop back down into it's into a vertical now, so I was back up that branch line. You can see it's broken here. It's only opened up about 50mm. So if we get to a stage where it can be relined, that will need to be cut out there. I have to put a cutter through that section to open it up enough for a liner. I'll show the access where I've got the camera in front. It's also very deep as well. Okay, so I'm just in that IO, which is in under this deck here. It's on top of the retaining wall. So that's where the house line comes in. Like I said, more problems upstream. Hopefully we can get to them. Okay, we've managed to clear the line. I've got the camera in from the IO outside the garage door on the side of the property. I'm down to, got the camera pushed in down to where the jump up is and the IO to surface, which is under the back deck on top of the retaining wall. You can see there, that's the bad displacement. That'll need to be cut out before you could even attempt to reline it. It's going to be very tricky to do. Access is quite bad. That's one of the problems in the line. I'll just pull back. There's 2 more. Just try and clean the camera and lens off a bit. Okay, so we've got a break right here, which is on a junction. That is on a clear out, an IO to surface. So that's another problem. And there's also quite a large problem right here where the pipe's just dropped away. That's the major problem in the line, where a lot of gravel was falling in and causing the blockage, which it will continue to do. Just keep pulling the camera back and show the access point where I've got the camera in from. All the junctions coming in along this side. So that's my access point. IO It's obviously been broken. There's been bad ground movement here, which is the cause of those problems. Just down the side of the house. Job numbers B012202 at 6 Terrible Street, Westlake. We've relined a couple of sections of this line that had really bad displacements and broken junctions. So I've got the camera in from the IO outside of the laundry. I've pushed it down approximately 18 metres, and this is looking down the vertical shaft. So I'm just pulling back, so it's a downstream end of a junction liner that we've put in here. It's actually pulling back around towards the house line now, so looking at the back of the junction there. So it's opened up well. This junction was smashed quite badly. We actually had to cut it out and break it out completely just so we could reline. So it's sealed well. This is the upstream end of it here. Have another look through it. Opened up nicely. Back to the downstream. So I'll just keep pulling back. We have another repair in this line. This is the downstream end of it starting here. We've covered a couple of problems in this. There was a break on this junction here. Now this junction went to an iota surface, but we've had to line over it. It's the only way we could get it repaired. So there was a break just on the back of this junction here. It's covered. And you can see here where the other bad displacement was. The pipe was pulled apart at least 50 mil and was allowing gravel to fall into the line. Just pulled back to the upstream end of the liner. So upstream here. So the pipe's a little bit oval shaped. The liner's pushed out well. It's sealed the brakes. Just keep pulling the camera back to our upstream access. So that's the access point where I'm cameraing from, just the IO outside the laundry. Just going to pause the disc here and then carry the camera down to the shaft under the back deck and show the other side of that junction. Okay, so we're just under the back deck now. There's an IO on the top of the retaining wall here. Remove that. I'm just going down the vertical now. So this will show where we put the junction liner in. So here's upstream. See the junction there where the house once back to the downstream.